Alright, y'all, it's time to make my chicken salad. So I'm going to boil my chicken breast. And I got a chicken bouillon. And y'all know I love my Chicka-Licka Bam Bam by Fire Smoke. It's one of my go-to seasonings. It's really good. Alright, so I'm going to season my water with that. Put my chicken in and let it boil so it can cool, and then I shred it. Alright, I'm going to drop these pieces of celery in my chicken for flavor. You could also drop onion, but I'm not doing all that. I just have celery I need to use up. So I'm going to drop some of it in the meat for flavor. While I wait for my chicken, I am brewing some coffee, y'all. And I found my little, look, somebody gave this to me. I think it was a work gift years ago. And it's just fun to use. I don't really celebrate Christmas, but it's fun to use. I found it. So instead of re-gifting it to one of y'all, I'm going to go ahead and keep it and use it. I'm not going to be that trifling. Although I could have, because it was still in the box. All right, let's make some coffee. All right, cutting up my stuff for my chicken salad. Here's my onion. I'm about to cut this up. Depending on how much salad I'm making. I'm just going to... I always use chopped onions, so I'm just going to chop the whole onion. And whatever I don't use, I can store and put away. And then this is my celery that I chopped up. So, finely chop your veggies. Alright, y'all. Let my chicken breast boil and cook for about 45 minutes. Now, I'm just going to let them cool down on their own and sit in the flavor. No rush. I'm just chilling. Finishing up breakfast. This is a chorizo omelet with cheddar cheese for my husband. There's his side of meat. He wanted Spam, and that's a hot link I'm gonna put on my croissant sandwich. Other than that, that's it, y'all. Have you guys heard of this show called We Got Time? And it's with Deion Sanders, and I forgot her name, but they're co-hosting this show. It's just season 1, episode 1. It's on Tubi. It's called We Got Time Today. Let's see if it's any good. They got Cube as their first guest. I'll wake up from my meditation. Here's the big one. And here's the little black one snoring. It was only a 10-minute meditation. All right, so here are my chicken breasts that I'm going to go ahead and shred. They're completely cool now, so I can shred them up for my chicken salad. And, of course, it made a good chicken broth. And you know what you do with that. You save it, freeze it, so you don't have to buy the store-bought chicken broth when it's time to use it. So this one, because it's a simple broth, I will be saving it. All right, I got my meat chopped. You can chop or shred. I kind of did both, just roughly chopped. Now I'm going to go ahead and get started. Go ahead and add my onions and celery and then my wet items. I'll be back. All right, so I didn't add all my onions because I was a full onion. I added about half. Now I'm going to go ahead with my wet ingredients. I use a little bit of Miracle Whip, mostly mayonnaise, and some mustard. And you can't forget the sweet relish. Okay, this is my Miracle Whip, mayo, and mustard. Now let me get this mixed in, and then I'll go from there. Okay, now I prefer to use my fork so that I can really smash my, because this is chicken breast. So I want it to be, chicken breast dry out, but I like to make my chicken salad with chicken breast. I prefer that over dark meat, although you could use dark meat. But for chicken salad, I prefer to use breast, okay? So I could tell already that I'm not going to have enough moisture. So I always add more. That's for my eggs, by the way, because I am going to be adding boiled eggs. But I always add more mayo than I do Miracle Whip, okay? So I could tell already that I'm going to definitely need some more mayonnaise because I do not want it dry. And I'm only about 3/4 through it. So let me add some more mayo and I'll be back. All right, so this is the consistency that I like right here. You can always add more later. Now I'm going to go ahead and add my relish and my sugar, and then my seasonings will be last. All right, y'all, so I got my relish in here. I just added my sugar. Now the sugar basically, the relish and the sugar both, you see how it softened up the salad? So it makes it look a little more wet. It feels a little more wet, makes it a little bit more loose because of the juice from the sweet relish, and then sugar melts literally and kind of softens things up. So now, before I, look at this big chunk. That's what happens when you rough chop. I'm gonna cut that up a little bit. But before I add any seasonings, I'm gonna taste it first. And then I will add my seasonings, and so I know how much to add. All right, so I just tasted it and it tastes good. And yes, of course, we need seasonings, which we know we do. So I'm gonna go ahead, before I add my seasoning, I just peeled my egg. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut up and add my egg first. All right, I got my eggs added. Now, these are the main seasonings. So you want some kind of salt. This is the salt I'm going to use, which is the same salt I used to boil my chicken in. You want some kind of pepper. You can use regular black pepper. You can use cayenne. And then I'm going to add some accent, okay? Just as an enhancer. You could add celery salt. You could do whatever you want. Paprika and all that. I'm not doing that, okay? Let me get my stuff added and I'll be back. Oh my God. Perfect. The perfect amount of everything. Imagine once it gets cold. All right, y'all. My chicken salad's done. Bye.